So we are back. We are back. I think it's all dirty here since we did our last video, but nevertheless, Adobe released a new cool update. It's named 3D Transform. I know it's been a while, but yeah, I got a bit lazy, had a little break. So, nevertheless, Adobe released the 3D Transform feature, which is pretty darn cool, and I super like it. And this actually motivated me to get back on the videos. Yeah, because I find it really cool and it's just simply amazing. And we have a lot of stuff to catch up. So just check it out. Look. It's just amazing. And what you can actually do with this feature is just mind-blowing. I have like hundreds of ideas what we can do with it. So we'll take it step by step. You will find this file as you're used to so far, or if you're new, you will find the Dropbox link down in the description where you can find the file or all the assets and everything you need to follow up. So first things first, we need to delete all the artboards, and we need to start creating a new one, and we're going to use the iPhone X artboard. We'll not be using any guides or stuff like that because we just want to see how the 3D transform works. So we can just quickly add a square grid just for references. Okay. No, it's okay. So what can we add first is we can just drop in the menu icon, put it somewhere nice. I think we should make it 41 by 41. Okay, let's leave it there. Now the important thing, and this is the part where you should be very here. Yeah. So what we have here is let's make a copy. 3 cards, 3 images. This is the first, second, and third one. And how this 3D transform works, as you can see here, we have the axis icon here, where you can rotate, revolve, or change the depth. Okay, so how you activate it? Just select your component, and here in the upper right corner you will find the cube, and just click on it and you have the 3D transform feature enabled for that component or element. So as you can see, this is just an image with the text, and for the text I use the blend mode. You can use it different or any other blend modes, but this is just for an example. I think it looks good. The images are free, are from a website, but I will put it in the description. I forgot the name. Okay, first thing first, let's group them together in a specific order. Let's name this 1. This we can name it 2, and this 3. What we want to do is have them put one above each other in the same order, 1, 2, 3. If you don't have it, just arrange it in your layer section. Okay, we have it. We have them stacked together. They're all 3D enabled. What we need to do now is to group them. You will group them by pressing Ctrl G or Command G on Mac, or right click or in the group. Let's name it slider. Yeah, maybe you will hear my keyboard. I got a mechanical one. It's super dope. And okay, now pay close attention. We have our first layer, which is this one, the image with the girl. And here on the Z-axis, this is the depth axis where you can bring to front or send to back any images or elements. It's like the depth of field. So we have it 10 pixels, I hope, and I think, into front. If you don't have it, just place it 10. And I will show you in a second. We have the second one, the middle layer, where we have 0 for the position. And we have the third image where we have, let's put again, -20, because we will send this layer 20 pixels back into the depth of field. And right now, if I select this group and rotate it, look, you see? This is the third image, which is behind with -20 pixels. We have the second one, which is 0 pixels, and we have the first one, which is 10 pixels in front. Now, let's rotate it back as it was. I think it's okay. Let's just align it somewhere so we have some sort of alignment. Yeah, let's leave it like so. Or deselect it, scale it, and turn back the 3D transform. And I see we have -5 on the group. Let's bring it to 0, and that's it. Let's leave it like this for now. So far, so good. What I actually added is just oops, sorry, I'm getting confused with the commands. Since I'm working daily on a Mac, I get a bit confused in the buttons. And 1 second. Let me just quickly check if my mic is recording. Yeah, it's recording. Whew. Okay, we have a pagination here, or a slider numeration or something like that. Name it how you want. What we can add is just a triangle, just for effect. You can see it's a triangle with this gradient, and added an object blur just to fill up the gaps, the white space. And you know, what I also added is this title. This is the project title, where we will place it somewhere here. And let's send it back, or just put the menu above. Make sure you're on 0 Z depth, also 0 for this one, and they are on the same plane. This is 0, this is 0. Make sure everything is 0 if they're overlapping in this 3D transform. So what's above 0, it's positive, and it's up in front, and what is negative below 0, it's somehow sent back into the depth. What I also added is just a simple text where you can see you can also scroll down the menu, also scroll down the page and, you know, see more interesting stuff. As a connection element, I just use a circle, which I used, I think the blend mode, it's green. Yeah, maybe some of you guys will say, why did I use a blend mode? Because not all the browsers support blend modes, but just to let you know again, we are just testing the 3D transform, so it's okay. What we have here in this section, in this title. Similar to the main component, we have 3 elements. Because we're gonna rotate it, we have the main title, the in-between layer, which is working like a mask or a wall for the text behind. Because we have 2 texts here, and we're gonna rotate them. Okay, since we have our first artboard set, let's just name it. Let's name it home, or doesn't really place them somewhere there. Also change a bit the position for this, and we have, I think it's a decent composition. What we need to do is make a copy, hold Alt Shift and drag, and we can just leave it home number 2. Oh, and we forgot to add this pull thing. Oh, sorry again. Make a copy, hold Alt, click and drag, put it somewhere where do you want to have it. Maybe align it with the burger menu. I think it's okay here. Let's delete it, make a new copy again, and we're good to go. What happens right now? What we want to do? We want to slide down this card, the girl one. And it's pretty simple. Get inside the group, make sure you are on the number 1 element, and we need to get on this axis and rotate it. Let's say, and now you can just place it somewhere in space, somewhere like here, and we can also rotate it even more and bring it a bit up, and I think it's okay. Let's switch to the prototype tab, make sure we are on the slider, connect it, and here on the trigger we're going to use the direct transition, make sure it's on auto animate and not on transition. Easing, we don't need any easing so far. Let's make a quick test and see. Something is not, let's make sure. No, yeah, we did a mistake. Make sure you're on this artboard, on this element, and snap it to this artboard. Make sure it's drag, yeah. Now I think it should work nice, yeah. That was the issue. We connected the entire group, and that's why we had some bugs, and now it's super smooth and nice. Yeah, so make sure you're selecting the number 1 slider, the number 1 image. What can we also do with the pull thing? Let's switch to the design tab. Maybe we want to put it somewhere down, get inside the group, make it a narrow, increase the height, and also make the corners even rounder. So we are getting that stretch effect. You know, when you're stretching things, they tend to get narrower and longer. Yeah, you can switch back to the prototype and also make a new action on that element. Super okay. Since yeah, you want to show that you need to pull here, and yeah, look, it's super nice. I dig it a lot. And what we need to do now is create a new copy. Hold Alt Shift and drag. You can just delete, switch to the design tab, delete this action button, make a new copy of this, Control C or Command C, and just paste it in the new artboard in the same place. Switch back to the prototype, connect the entire artboard, and now we're going to use a time interaction, delay 0 seconds, 0.6, and maybe bounce. And let's see what we actually did. This is the end, and it automatically snaps back to the original place. So far so good, super cool. How can we actually improve the 3D effect? That's the question. On the second artboard, we need to select the in-between layer, the gradient one, where here you can, I don't know, place anything, any text, and anything you want. Maybe say hello. Any text or image will work. It will work nicely with the 3D transform. So make sure we select, switch to design tab, make sure we select the number 2. And on the, I think it's the, what is called? The X rotation. We're on the X rotation, rotate it on the X axis. Make it sure it's placed in the middle. And also make sure we will send even further, like minus 40. Let's make sure it's a bit up, so it's hidden. Oh, minus 50 pixels, okay. Let's make sure it's, let's make, take a look at the corners. Yeah, it's perfectly hidden after the gradient element. So what we did now, it somehow tilted up front the element and creating a new effect. That's the whole point of the 3D thing. We need to think like in 3D space how things work and react. Now just let me show you what we did. You see what's happening? I think it's and when we somehow bounces, yeah, it's I super enjoy this this feature, and we're gonna do a lot of things with it. What we can also do, oh, let's change the numeration, and I think you will use this one. It's already saved. Make sure it's aligned. This one. Make sure they're all aligned. Make a copy and paste it in the same places. And I think we should also paste it on the front and just change, yeah, make sure they're the same on every page. For now it's okay. And let's see what we did. A new test. Look, how cool is it? Perfect. Okay, we're almost there. Now, let's get into the title. We have the title. Let me switch to the layer tab. To the title section, we have the number 1. This is the first title, the middle in between layer, which is the white one, and the second one. Let me just hide them so you can see them. What we have 2 copies. Yeah, this is the title which is behind all of the elements, and it's upside down. I think it's minus 180 degrees. Yeah, on the x-axis, because we're gonna flip it over and then it will be in a normal position. Let's get back to activate all the layers. So let's make sure here. I think, yeah, we have multiple copies, so make sure you don't have. Okay, so as we see here, as on the slider, the first title is 10 pixels on the Z axis, on the Z position. The in between layer, the white one, is on 0, and the title behind, which is upside down, it's minus 10. So it's behind like 20 pixels from the first title. Okay, now on this artboard, what we want to do is just rotate it on the x-axis and make sure it will be something like this. And now be really look closely. We need to go back into the title group, and on the title number 1, which is this one, we need to set and send it back minus 10. And the second title, which is already behind everything, we need to bring it front and add 10 pixels, or what they really are. And as you can see, this is project number 1, this is project number 2. Let's give it a try. Also delete this from here, make a new copy from the project title 2 and put it here. Let's take a look what happens. It's rotating. Now we have the second one. If you got so far, congratulations. And I see this title, it's a bit off. We can just place it. Let's see where it is. Somewhere here. I think it's good. Make a new copy. Make sure it's look how cool it is. And what can we actually do? Maybe play around a bit with all the elements if you want to make a super dynamic presentation or project, or yeah, maybe we can just increase the size of this circle and oops, you see, very nice. But for now I will leave it as it was right here. Wait, let's do one more time by making a new copy. Hold Alt, Shift and drag. And now we're gonna do the same thing. On the x-axis, rotate it as much as you want. And just click anywhere near or inside here, but do not drag or move the axis. can just select it in any place there. Let's add a bit more of rotation, even more. Yeah, something like that. You can also copy the values from the initial one and have the same values. That's another thing. Okay, and now we have the third one revealed, which is here we have it in -20, and I think here we change it and send it. No, it's okay. -20 works. Or here. Yeah, here. We can also add here -57, send it back, and also here -57. I also saw, no, here we want to bring it to, I think, to 0. I think -1, it's okay how we initially placed it and scaled it. Okay. A quick thing, let's delete the pull button, make a copy of the same exact one, paste it, and just switch to the prototype tab, connect it to the new artboard. Let's make it as a drag, auto animate, easing, it's okay. Let's make a test. It should work, everything fine. Yeah. And you can see this layer, it's coming from the -57 pixels behind, it's coming to -20, which is really cool. This you can name it as a 3D effect also. Yeah, it works perfectly. And let's make it as it should be. Let's check where it's the position here. Switch to the design tab. It's -57, and we can bring it back to -20. Yeah, minus, and we should have yeah, no more back and forthing. And let's create the same effect on the ZX axis. Rotate it a bit. Make a new copy of this artboard. Make sure you're selected here. Make sure we're back on 0, and we're good to go. And also delete this and make a new copy with the original state, the default state. And yeah, switch to design. Make sure we are selecting the whole artboard, connecting to this artboard, and again select trigger time, delay 0, duration 0.6, easing. Let's do bounce again, because this artboard right now is just a needle artboard between these two artboards, like I don't know how we can name it, a transitional artboard. Let's check from the beginning. Boom. Nice. What you can also do is, if you want to change the titles, maybe have a project number 3, and also change the pagination, numeration of the elements, as we did so far. You can just adapt it. And if you want to create new titles and so on, if you want to have multiple titles here that reveals further on, just go in, select not the intermediate one, this one, and you can just go into the title group, and you need to change the first title. Let me just hide it, and you can see it's upside down. It's 180 degrees rotated. You can just, I don't know, name it anything you want, but not like that, because we are ruining the things. And start repeating the same process as we did so far on the further on artboards. And also repeat the same thing with the numbers, and you will get something really, really cool. Let's check it one more time. The bounce is super cool, and yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm super happy that I got back on the track and start doing some content. Well, till then, I'm looking forward to see what crazy ideas you will come up with this new feature. You can also contact me on Instagram. You can DM me directly, and I'm looking forward to see your ideas. So till next time, stay safe and take care. Thanks. Bye.